We're now to Afghanistan, where the government is facing an increasingly dire security situation. In recent weeks, Taliban insurgents have overrun dozens of districts in several provinces, seizing control of trade routes and forcing thousands to flee. As NATO troops withdraw from the country, it's now up to government troops to provide security, but they face a daunting challenge.
A convoy of Afghan Commandos under attack by the Taliban. They were on a mission near the city of Kandahar, but ran into an ambush before reaching their target. All over Afghanistan, the Taliban are on the advance. The US-trained Commandos are an elite force, racing from firefight to firefight, determined to stem the tide. Afghanistan is an independent country and has an independent army, constitution, and government. We are the defenders of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan and its flag. This unit emerged from its latest battle without losses. But things don't always end well. Gruesome footage emerged showing at least a dozen commandos being massacred by the Taliban last month after they surrendered. The Taliban surge is not just a military disaster. Thousands of families have fled the militants' advance, swelling the ranks of the displaced.
An estimated 270,000 Afghans have been newly displaced inside Afghanistan since January 2021, primarily due to insecurity and violence, bringing the total number of uprooted populations to over 3.5 million.
The fallout from this conflict does not stop at Afghanistan's border. An estimated 1,000 refugees are fleeing the country every day.
Well, I'm joined now by Ali Latifi. He's a journalist in Kabul. It's good to have you on the program, Ali. You know, the video that we have seen of those special forces who were surrendering to the Taliban and then who were executed, it's so graphic we can't show to television viewers, but it begs the question, do these government forces, these soldiers, do they stand any chance against the Taliban?
Yeah, of course they do. You know, they're as much as, you know, districts are falling into Taliban hands, they're also being taken back. And I think we need to be really careful of this very doom and gloom narrative ahead of time. The war is still ongoing. You know, things are still happening. There's still a fight being put up. And I think the more we sort of already hand over a victory to the Taliban, I think we're doing disservice to the country.
Well, do we know, in terms of percentage of territory, do you know, Ali, how much the Taliban have taken and how much Afghan forces then have been able to retake?
The problem with these territory issues is that, unfortunately, these territories trade hands all the time. Mm-hmm. They've been trading hands for years. Currently, they're trading hands all the time. I mean, Afghan media is full of reports that, you know, X districts fell to the Taliban today, and then these districts were gained back by the Taliban tomorrow. And at the same time, you know, the issue is that there are a lot of areas that are under the Taliban influence or under Taliban control, or there are areas where the government will have some presence but not full presence. And so it's really hard to sort of quantify these things because there's really no one going out and doing these studies. And the claims keep, you know, both sides keep claiming, you know, control of X amounts of territory at any given time. And there's really no one going around and actually, you know, and it's also not necessarily physically possible to go around and estimate these sorts of things.
Well, it is possible, though, to go to, let's say, you know, service positions, areas where camps were when NATO forces were present, and see if they are still under the control of Afghan forces, right? Is that being done? Mm-hmm.
That is being done, and there have been instances where the Taliban have taken or have at least entered these bases and these camps, and they've taken the media to show that they've been there. For instance, when Bagram was handed over, even though there was no actual official handover, the U.S. just basically left in the middle of the night. The Taliban said that it's not necessarily their priority at the moment to go retake that area, and that they are concentrating on other areas and other tactics at the moment, but that they were happy that the U.S. had left that base because that base had such a negative memory for so many reasons, including the prison that was known for so much abuse and torture and accusations of these sorts of things.
Okay. Journalist Ali Latif joining us tonight from Kabul with the latest on the situation in Afghanistan. We appreciate your reporting, Ali. Thank you.
Thank you.